We are out here for part 2 of our tubbing on our S13. As you guys can see, I've got my beauty plates cut out. This is the plate that sits right in front of the tub itself. And this is my beauty plate for the rail. I made my cut there just before my line on both edges, and this is not where I'm cutting here. This is just a template for where I'm making this archway. This is the funky cutout from the cardboard, as you guys can see here. So we've got this all done up right here. I'm gonna go ahead and start throwing everything back into the car after I deburr it. The tub is in there, it's tacked up in place. I'll just gotta slip all my stuff right in there, tack it all up, and then we will be good to go to do the last plate over here in the corner. That's going to be the most difficult, the most time consuming, shaping this thing out, getting everything to fit nice and flush. And I'll probably end up doing the same thing I did to the other side, making a cut and then just adding a small piece right here. So that just makes my life easier and gives the shape, it follows the shape a little bit better. Going ahead and making it here and then making that bend right along the inside of the fender well. It looks pretty cool there. It follows the structure of the car itself, and I think it looks really good that way. So I want to do the same thing over there, but let me get everything tacked up after I deburr and we're good to go. I didn't want to make this video too lengthy, so I just cut straight to the point. I've got most of my tack welds down in here. Everything has been cut down and shaped in, so you guys can see it fits quite nicely in there. I welded the back side all the way through. Those are just a ton of tack welds, just tack, 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 tack. It's not meant to be pretty, it's just meant to penetrate and not blow through. Sadly, I blew through on this spot right here. There was a little bit of rust right here, so I just went back, cleaned up the back side, and just welded all the way through. I'm just gonna have to grind that out and clean it up. That, you know, it is what it is. It's a 30-year-old car, so made a pretty good welds all the way around here on this guy. Everything looks pretty good, so I'm very satisfied. The last piece is my beauty plate that connects to the outside of the chassis of the car, and we're gonna be working this guy in. It's a little tough. My battery's on 1 bar, of course, and my other battery is not taking a charge, so I'm gonna have to order some of those after Christmas, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is, you know. You can't really, I don't know, I get so frustrated at so many things, but there's nothing you can do about it because you can't control what happens to it. I don't know, bro, I just get so aggravated. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep chugging along and keep shaping this plate out and see if I can't get it to tack up in there and make it look nice and pretty. So here we go. There we have it. And I was able to do it in one piece. I was super happy about that. I was trying my hardest to get that in there. As you guys can see, it's welded all the way up. Same thing here. Welded all the way up. I got it tucked in the corners, just like the other side. A couple tough little welds there, because there was some seam sealer in some sections that I tried my best with a wire wheel and everything. I could not get them up, and of course when I tacked them, it splattered. There you go, you can see it right there. Most of the rest of them are pretty good. Everything's in there, welded. That corner joint's nice and cleaned up. We're cleaned up down here. Everything's welded along. Now the fun part, taking the flap disc and going through and knocking down all that good stuff. So I've got all these guys, and then I got a ton of these little 60 grit cookie discs. So tomorrow we'll be jumping on that. I don't want to piss my neighbors off, and my battery's getting super low, so I'm just trying to make this straight to the point for you guys, so you guys obviously can see the whole transformation, and so I don't waste too much time blabbling about nonsense. We can get this thing freaking primer this weekend. That is the game plan. So I'll see you guys right now. We are back out here, guys. I am putting in some more time on the tubs. Hopefully gonna finish this out today. I've gone ahead and welded up all the seams and everything where all my stitch welds were. Welded up all the beauty plates. Went to Harbor Freight, picked up a couple grinding discs and some flap discs, and then I got my little cookie discs here for my pneumatic tools. So here comes the fun part. Lots of grinding, shaping, and sanding. Hopefully we'll get the bay all cleaned up, lay down our POR15 filler primer, and we will be set to go. I'm gonna pull out the subframe and all that good jazz when I paint it, just so it makes my life a lot easier. Just put the car up on jack stands, lay some plastic out, and put a couple coats down, and that'll get us by until we're ready to lay down lacquer primer on the whole entire car, which will hopefully be after Christmas. Lots and lots of sanding, lots of grinding, and we are making our way through this bay. It is almost prepped for some POR15 primer. I went ahead and just cleaned out the garage here, blew everything out. Everything's all out in the driveway. I'm going to go ahead and sweep all this stuff up, hit a few more spots on the car, and then what I'm going to do is get ready to turn it around. I'm going to push it down, spin it back up, push it back up into the garage here, and I'm going to try to lay my primer right here in this spot. When I'm doing that, I'm going to pull out the front cross member, and the reason why I'm pulling that out is because I ordered my lower control arm extensions, so I'm going to be modifying those, modifying my knuckles. Then I want to paint my cross member, and I just don't want this in the way when I'm painting. I'm going to tape off my AC lines here, the heater core lines, pull out that little drain tube for the AC right there, and then tape up my fuel, pull out all this good stuff, and it'll give me a nice clean area to shoot some primer. I can get all my sanding done up around here, go back behind here, sand up everything, not have to worry about anything being in my way, and then I can lay down the primer. So that is the game plan. The biggest reason why I'm not filming this stuff is because my air compressors are running, and honestly it's just really annoying to go back through and edit like all the time lapses and stuff and having all that noise there. I mean, I guess I could just turn the microphone off, but it kills my battery, and you guys know what I'm doing, so I don't really need to show you like what's going on. It's just a lot of sanding, like literally sanding with my hand and sanding with the DA, and then a couple spots with the block, just knocking down all this self-etching primer. So yeah guys, I do apologize about that. I'm sorry that it's kind of jumping all over the place, like okay we're doing this, okay we're doing this, okay we're doing this, okay we're done with this. I don't mean it to be like repetitive and redundant like that. I just don't really want to film all the like labor work that goes into it, because it's just boring. I mean, it's really not fun to film, and it's not fun to edit or fun to watch. So that is it. Let's get all this stuff squared away, and I'll check with you guys here just shortly. As you guys can see, the car has been moved into the garage. I have everything, for the most part, sanded all the way down with some 220 and then 320. I've gone down, ground up all the welds that are exposed, prepping them for body filler. I've ordered some 3M platinum body filler that I'm going to go ahead and lay down on all this stuff to shape out and to make it look like it's all uniformed and nice one even blended, you know, body panel. So right now I've got everything wiped down with acetone. I'm just going to go ahead and lay down just a little bit of this POR15 high build primer here. It's nothing crazy. It's just going to be you know, making sure that the engine bay is cleaned up from the elements of Florida. We don't have any surface rust or any rust, you know, starting to form while I'm in the middle of this process. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down one coat just real quick, and then tomorrow morning we will kind of check back and go over a few spots that I do want to clean up. But for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and get this first coat on, because there's been a lot of grinding, a lot of bare metal all along here and all along the inside of the frame rail there too. So go ahead and do this, and we'll call it a night. There we have it, guys. That is our first coat of POR15 high build primer. This stuff lays down pretty thick, pretty smooth. I'm a big fan of it. As you can see, there's a couple streak marks. You know, I didn't lay it too heavy. I just kind of made my passes back and forth, just taking my time, letting it lay down itself. I still got a lot of filler work to do and such. I ordered that filler. It'll be here Monday. So when that comes in, we will get to caking that stuff on there and doing a ton of shaping out our beauty plates down here, all these corners, shaping out in the back sides there, shaping out from the tub itself into the strut tower. So there'll be a lot of stuff to take care of on the engine bay, but we at least got one of the hard parts done, which was knocking out the tubs themselves, getting everything in there. A lot of metal work, a lot of welding, but it's all said and done, and I'm super happy with the outcome. Super happy with the POR15 high build primer. That shit is woo, laid down there, like better than that other stuff that I used on my hatch. So I'm a big fan of that. But that's about it, guys. I'm gonna clean up a little bit more. I've got most of the stuff packed up here. Got some things to put up here on the workbench, clean up my toolbox, and then I'm gonna call it a night. I am worn out. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, so I might come out here, just do a little bit of tinkering here and there, and then probably do a lot of relaxing with my girlfriend and the puppies. Just, you know, hang around the house and enjoy the holidays. So other than that, guys, I don't really have much else for you. Just gonna go ahead and call this a video. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, please go back and check out all our other videos. We have tons of videos on our channel. I mean, we do all kinds of good stuff, from the 240s, from the Cummins to Jeeps. We've got all kinds of goodies, so please check that out, guys. I do appreciate it. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for all the love. Check out the website for some of those stickers and decals. I really appreciate it. Other than that, guys, I will see you in the next upload. Later.